Cheech starts in South Central, and then he moves to a better part of Los Angeles. Crazy to find out that not only his dad was a cop, like his whole career, but that at one point he wanted to be a priest. And he said that if you go to Catholic school at one point, you're going to want to be a priest. Scott, did you want to be a priest at one point?
Maybe early in elementary, man. But he ain't lying. Like, they indoctrinate you with that shit, right? Like, just like, you're like, yes, this is the way. And then you're like, same as him. I'm like, girls, boobies, I like.
You're like, sorry, meh.
You know, sometimes the sad part about passing the Dutchie to the left-hand side is you get the end when it's all over. We're talking movies. We're talking Cheech and Chong's last movie, starring Tommy Chong, Cheech Moran, directed by Dave Bushnell. Chris, the only kind of meat a priest could eat on a Friday was none.
Dave's not here, man. Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of How'd You Like That Movie? Anyway, that doesn't really work for me. Everybody knows I got way too much energy. I don't know, maybe if I did use that product a little bit more, I would be less of a stress case. So, Scott, let's talk about some Cheech and Chong, man.
Yeah, like, going in, I think people should know this is like a documentary. We didn't, like, I guess I really should have checked the trailer before watching it. But the thing about it is I actually enjoyed not knowing what type of movie this was going to be while watching it.
Well, I mean, you did realize it was a documentary as soon as you
yeah.
But you're like, by the end, right? You're like, dude, that was a fucking documentary, man. It's like, yeah, from like the jump, it was a documentary.
Yeah. No. Well, but what I mean is like once the movie started and I realized what it was, right? Like, because I had expectations kind of thing, thinking it was going to be kind of like Up in Smoke, like not like just one of their movies,
like Cheech and Chong coming back. They're doing like an Up in Smoke style film, but they're old men.
Well, yeah, like instead of like next
smoking
movie,
up the old folks home or something.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like it was fun, but because like obviously we are the age group, I would say, kind of that grew up on Cheech and Chong.
I mean, I think that's a pretty loose. The Up in Smoke came out in 78, man. Like I was fucking born in 78, so like yeah, we had it, but like that generation is like our. At least older people like Gen X maybe, but really like they were popping off for like people who were like already in their 20s in the 70s, right?
Yeah, I guess. But like,
what do you mean?
I grew
time works,
because
man.
that's the thing. Like, I grew up with it. That like we had Corsican Brothers like almost on repeat at our household. Like,
really? Really?
My dad loved that film. Like I just remember how much he would laugh because the other guy would feel the other guy getting hurt and shit, right? Like he would just like we would just laugh because I think it also us growing up is like the advent of VHS and like Blockbuster and video stores. So you know these movies just like became on kind of the repeat because it was cheap fucking rentals. But yeah, like. Obviously, they're cultural icons. They're what the generations Abbott and Costello. Because I'm trying to think who now would be like this comedy duo. Like,
I mean, would it have
Steve
been
Martin?
Yeah,
and
go
Martin
ahead.
Short are doing. Yeah, I was gonna say like Steve Martin, Martin Short doing it, but they're also a lot older. They're on the tail end where they partnered up of their careers, right?
I mean, what about Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly? But they really only did like movies together, right? Step Brothers, that type of stuff.
Right. So you got and they only did like 3, and then after Sherlock Holmes, they broke up. But yeah, like I don't really know if we have like a comedic generational like duo.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not well versed in stand up comedy. Some people know much more about this stuff than I do. But I mean, I remember listening to Cheech and Chong, seeing Cheech and Chong movie, and it was wild, right? You're just like, yo, all these guys do is like talk about like dirty shit and like weed. And they were fun, like fun movies. Like I don't know even which one is it that's E.T. and the extra testicle, me, or when they go up into space and they do the space coke with the aliens. I think that might be Cheech and Chong's next movie. And then even obviously Dave's Not Here, the whole like thing from Up in Smoke, all the way up to like I watched obviously like Born in East L.A., which is Cheech's first standalone movie, right? So.
Yeah, and that one also like was on. Well, I think because that one, like you had MTV, like because that song was blasting on fucking MTV and Much Music Here a lot. That when the movie came out, yeah, like we went to go watch it too because it was fucking hilarious. Like I don't remember who the actor was.
Sorry. What about Key and Peele? Would they not be a comedy duo?
Yeah, but also they only did one movie though, right? Like they had their show.
Yeah, I mean they have their show, but I mean the Cheech and Chong also had an entire live show that led into their movies, right? So
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I think they had the base where they had the show, but I think they only did one movie together, that Keanu movie, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know,
but yeah, I would say yeah, they probably would be.
According to Dave Chappelle, they just stole his act anyway. So he's like, I got to live in Africa. Watch these Key and Peele steal my act every week. So, okay. So this documentary, one thing I'm going to say is super funny. I was like laughing out loud. It's also a really good documentary. It kind of starts with Cheech and Chong. Sorry. So it's like Johnny, what is it? Cheech Marin and is it Tommy Chong? Tommy Chong, right?
Tommy Chong. It's Richard Marin.
That's right. Yeah, Cheech's is like, what did it have to do with the like some type of Mexican fried food or something that his uncle used to say that he looked like as a baby or something?
Yeah.
So anyway, you get to see where these guys started. Obviously, Cheech starts in South Central and then he moves to a better part of Los Angeles. Crazy to find out that not only his dad was a cop, like his whole career, but that at one point he wanted to be a priest. And he said that if you go to Catholic school at one point, you're going to want to be a priest. Scott, did you want to be a priest at one point?
Maybe early in elementary, man. But he ain't lying. Like they indoctrinate you with that shit, right? Like just like you're like, yes, this is the way, and then you're like, same as him. I'm like, girls, boobies. I like.
You're like, sorry,
yeah.
And then obviously Tommy Chung is from Edmonton, Alberta, and he talks about like basically being poor, but he didn't know he was poor because everybody was poor around him. So what I liked about Tommy was like he was in a bunch of like crazy cool bands and stuff, but when he first tries marijuana, it's like he drops out of school the next day. He's like, that was it. I was done. I just want to like smoke weed and like play music. So it was a really fun documentary. Lots of like retrospect, lots of like old footage, lots of old interviews. But because they're also driving around, basically it's them driving cross country. I just air quoted. You get to see them now. Kind of the photo that's behind me if you're watching the YouTube version of this. So I thought it was a really fun documentary. I don't know if it needed to be quite 2 hours, but I didn't feel bored at any point. So what do you think? What do you think about the length and stuff?
Yeah, like I didn't have a problem with the length mainly because it is technically not to you though.
No, not to me.
But because you are telling two people's kind of life stories, right? So like not knowing that technically like Tommy Chong was kind of in a polygamous relationship with two separate families.
Well, I don't know if it was polygamous or it was just like nobody like they just let him do his bullshit. Like, because one of his ex-wives is like, yeah, I was not cool with this. It was sort of like Tommy was like, I'm going to do this stuff with these two women. And he's still married to the second one, the blonde.
I thought he was still married to both.
No, he did eventually, I believe, according to his Wikipedia, he got divorced. But yeah, still married to the blonde. So good for him.
Yeah. But she does appear. But also, right, like also like the, I guess, relevant. Oh my God.
What are you looking
What's
for?
the word? Oh, it's starts with an
Relevance?
no, relevation. The reason why
Revelation?
the reason that Cheech doesn't grow his mustache anymore, because it's so associated with Cheech and Chong, and he wanted to do other parts. So that's why he doesn't grow it out anymore. They even have that conversation like during this, like, why don't you grow it out? And he's like, no, that's like Cheech and Chong. And he goes, I'm Cheech Marin now.
Yeah. And Cheech as Cheech, like not Cheech of Cheech and Chong, has had a very, very successful career, right? Like just a couple films that he's been in, obviously Desperado, Dusk Till Dawn. He's in a bunch of the Spy Kids films. I mean, you can see there's a lot of Robert Rodriguez going on here. Once Upon a Time in Mexico. And then on TV, I think a lot of people would know him from Nash Bridges. He was in a show called The Golden Palace, which was like a spin-off of The Golden Girls. And he was also in Judging Amy. Where Tommy, he was in National Lampoon, Senior Trip, Half Baked, Color Out of Space, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, and obviously That 70s Show. But he's basically playing Tommy. For most of those films, he's just playing Tommy Chong. You know what I mean? Like on That 70s Show, I think it was the uncle, or the stoned uncle or something like that. And he was just basically Tommy Chong.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched the 70s Show, but I believe, he was like...
That's just something else everybody can hate Chris for. Oh, yeah, I got a movie wrong or something like that. So feel free to jump in the comment sections and tell me I don't know my weed stuff.
Tell me I don't know my weed stuff. Yeah, like, but do you think they get like a lifetime achievement award or anything like that? Do you think any like Academy like actually, and I don't even know if they already have had that, right? Because
I mean, they've got a Grammy. They've got a Grammy for I think their third album. They were nominated for their first two like rock like comedy albums, and then I think their third one actually got them their Grammy. I mean, they've got a bunch of money. Fucking like that scene when they're like, how do you feel like using drugs? How does it affect your life? And they're like, it makes you rich. Using drugs made us rich. So I mean, I could see them winning like a comedy lifetime achievement. I don't think they should be winning any cinematic lifetime achievements. It was cool to find out that Tommy basically was the director, even when he was not the director of the films. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and how technically that's what kind of split them up, kind of thing. Because like to me, like, and I guess outside looking in, right? Like it always thought that they kind of broke up because Cheech was bigger, right? He was the bigger star, and then he kind of went off to his own. But then, watching this and kind of finding out that it's really how like control of Tommy was of the property and the stuff that they were in terms of directing, that kind of cost like Cheech didn't feel valued anymore, and that's kind of what got him to kind of start doing his own thing.
So are you the Tommy in this interaction right now? Or
100%. 100. No. I'm Cheech. 100% I'm Cheech. You're the Tommy. Like, fuck. Yeah, actually you like amalgamated, so you're technically Tommy and Cheech. You're Tommy Cheech.
I'm Cheech and Chach.
I'm Lou Adler. Like, who's that guy after the first movie? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man, listen, if you like a solid documentary, this is going to fill that. If you want it to be more entertaining than like some boring World War II fucking doc, watch this. You will laugh. To be honest, even if you don't know Cheech and Chong, they're funny. Like, they're still very funny guys. If you do know Cheech and Chong though, I think that you're going to find this like a great some great coverage, because it basically starts with them how they got together, and then it ends right after Born in East LA, because that's like the end of Cheech and Chong as we know Cheech and Chong. Obviously, they do have some work that they did kind of after that. They have the Cheech and Chong animated movie that came out in 2013, and Hey, Watch This. I don't know what that is though. So, and then they got some secondary stuff as well.
Yeah. So before we end, I do want to say thank you to Angie Power and Route 504 for giving us the screener of this. We really appreciate it. And yeah, it is a good film. Like, I definitely would recommend people going to check it out, because the weed's legal now. Smoke some joints, fucking eat some popcorn, and laugh.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that this is not, because it's not like, again, it's not a film like Up in Smoke. I mean, if you smoke weed and watch this movie, I'm sure it'll be fine. But it's not, it does not require that. It's scripted, it's funny, like it's very funny anyway. I just want to point out some stuff. It's got 86 from the critics, it's got an 85 from the audience. It did have a really limited release. They did obviously a 420 release and then a wider release on April 25th, but I can't find it right now, even in our Cineplexes here in Ontario, Canada. That said, I would just bookmark this sucker, wait for it to come out to one of your repertory cinemas, or it's gonna like, I can't imagine it not getting distribution on a streaming platform, as it played at South by Southwest as well, right? So definitely watch it. Scott, do you have anything else you want to say before I finish with a bit of a quote here?
Yeah, there's one thing I want to say.
All right, cool. And that's it for, no, go ahead, Scott, go ahead.
I really wish we were more like well known and popular, because watching that interview they did at the Playboy Mansion, I was like, I also would love to do an interview in the Playboy Mansion.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, right? Like, because it doesn't exist.
So it's not that we're not famous enough, it's that time happens. And time got rid of the Playboy Mansion. Anyway, I'm going to finish this off with Glenn Kenny from the New York Times. This is still a rollicking account that will make even non-herbally inclined viewers root for the fellows.
And that is our wrap for the day. Please like and subscribe to this podcast. Tell your friends. If you want to get a hold of us, reach us at the www.howdyoulikethatmovie.com.
I mean, not a ton you can say about a documentary, you know what I mean? But it was a lot of fun. Like I said, it was cool to throw. I watched on my laptop just with my headphones on, and I was like laughing out loud. It was fucking fantastic. So,
yeah, I definitely enjoyed it as well. But I think it's fun. It's fun. Is there any of the Cheech movies that you're? I mean, like I said, Tommy basically just plays himself. Half Baked is great, I guess. Is there any of the Cheech movies that you like? That you have a favorite of? Oh, obviously, Born in East LA.
That's a fun movie. It's a very fun movie. I highly recommend. Hey, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's funny. Production by Rod Shaver, Vader Monkey Productions.